supposed to be a normal day at work when Dr Michael Wong entered the Western Hospital in Footscray back in February 2014. What happened was beyond anything he could have imagined.
In a frenzied attack by a mentally ill patient, Dr Wong was stabbed 14 times in his arms, chest, stomach and forehead. The attack was caught on CCTV cameras. The story made national headlines and has left Dr Wong with lifelong injuries, but it's also made him more determined than ever to improve medical services to patients to make the system more caring.
It is such a chilling story, and Dr Michael Wong joins us from Melbourne this morning. Welcome to you, Doctor. Thank you so much for being with us. Just take us back to that day and what you know about the patient who stabbed you.
Well, good morning. The patient was one of the patients in the Western Hospital, and I was part of the medical team who had looked after the patient before. But as a background, the patient was a refugee from a war-torn country, and he didn't really speak much English, and was, as I believe, in a fairly socially isolated sort of situation.
Still, obviously high-risk situation that you work in, but even so, Dr Wong, 14 stab wounds to the chest, arm, stomach and head, life-threatening injuries. Nobody expects to go to work and have that situation. It must have really traumatised you at the time, and quite an incredible experience to go through at work.
No, absolutely. Well, no one would expect these sort of things from happening. We know that hospital is full of patient that may not be mentally so stable, but definitely we do not expect this sort of really violent, traumatic events to happen to anyone.
Since your recovery, you've made some major changes to the way that you work and the way that you think. What sort of changes?
I think first thing is that it gives me a much deeper understanding of what the patient has gone through in the face of significant life events, illness, even death. And somehow, if you like, give me a much deeper understanding and a degree of compassion. And at the same time, I also slow down on what I do in order to just spend more time, not only with family, but also with patients.
Nice.
Now, we know that you're advocating for increased hospital security. What exactly are you after, and do you see as necessary?
Well, I think after what happened to me, the hospital security has improved, but I think there's still much more that can be done. And I'm sure that most of your viewers would have known that since my injury, there was another doctor in Victoria that was hit in the hospital ground and was killed. And I think there are much more that can be done in terms of securing hospital or ward area where general public simply just can't walk in without any check with the staff.
Yeah, terrible injuries, Dr Wong. Your attitude since has been very admirable. We wish you all the best and hope that everything stays good from here on in. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Just outrageous to think that can happen. Absolutely, and surely our doctors and nurses, people that are in our hospitals, we need to be keeping them safe.
All the protection and security. Absolutely, well said, Mon. Still ahead on Weekend Sunrise.